Good day everyone and welcome to our General Mathematics class. I am Ma'am Shirley and for today's discussion, we will be having inverse of a function. Let's start. How are we going to write the inverse of a function? Before that, let us first take note of this one. A function has an inverse if and only if it is one-to-one. In our previous video lesson, we already discussed what are one-to-one functions. So if you are watching this and you have no idea about one-to-one functions, you may view the previous video lesson in this channel. Now, these are the steps in finding the inverse of a function. First, write a function in the form y is equal to f of x. Second, interchange the x and y variables. And lastly, solve for y in terms of x. Let us find the inverse of the following functions applying those steps. So we have here f of x is equal to 3x plus 1. For our first step, we're going to write a function in the form y is equal to f of x. So we're going to replace f of x by y. So we will have y is equal to 3x plus 1. Second step, we're going to interchange the x and y variables. So pagpapalitin natin yung x and y. Lahat ng x, gagawin nating variable y, and lahat ng variable y, gagawin nating variable x. Doing that, we will have x is equal to 3y plus 1. Lastly, we're going to solve for y in terms of x. Kumbaga, ititira na lang natin yung variable y sa isang side ng ating equation. To do that, we can have positive 1 on the left side of the equation, giving us x minus 1 is equal to 3y. Solving this further, we can divide both sides of the equation by 3. Thus, we can have 3 cancelled here, leaving us x minus 1 all over 3 is equal to y. This can also be written as y is equal to x minus 1 all over 3. So to write the inverse of the function f of x, we're going to make use of the notation f raised to negative 1 of x is equal to x minus 1 all over 3. Therefore, this is the inverse of the given function f of x is equal to 3x plus 1. Let us have another example. So this time we have g of x is equal to x cubed minus 2. So following the same steps, we're going to replace g of x here with y. So y is equal to x cubed minus 2. After that, we're going to interchange x and y. So pagpalitin natin yung x and y. So we have x is equal to y cubed minus 2. Once we have this one, we are now going to solve for y. Again, iiwan na natin yung y sa isang side ng ating equation. So we're going to have negative 2 on the left side of our equation, giving us x plus 2 is equal to y cubed. So if we're going to solve for y here, to eliminate the exponent 3, we can extract the cube root of both sides of the equation. So kukunin natin yung cube root ng left and right side ng ating equation. Okay? So for that, we will have the cube root of x plus 2 is equal to y. Therefore, we can say that y is equal to the cube root of x plus 2, and writing this as an inverse function, we will have g raised to negative 1 of x is equal to the cube root of x plus 2. So this is the inverse of the given function g of x is equal to x cubed minus 2. Okay, this time let us have a rational function. So f of x is equal to 2x plus 1 all over 3x minus 4. So we will follow the same steps. First step, we're going to write this in the form y is equal to f of x. So we're going to replace f of x with y. So y is equal to 2x plus 1 all over 3x minus 4. Second step, we're going to interchange x and y variables. So pagpalitin sa x and y. So we will have x is equal to 2y plus 1 all over 3y minus 4. After that, we're going to solve for y in terms of x. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to eliminate the denominator 3y minus 4 by multiplying both sides of the equation by 3y minus 4. Okay? So doing that, we can cancel this out. And then on the left side, we will have x times 3y minus 4 is equal to 2y plus 1. Okay, so we're going to continue solving. We will have, so distribute the x variable to the terms inside the grouping symbol. So that is x times 3y and then x times negative 4. So doing that, we will have x times 3y will be 3xy and then x times negative 4 will be negative 4x. And then copy the right side of the equation to y plus 1. Okay, so after that, we're going to combine like terms. Since we are solving for y, pagsamahin natin lahat ng may y variable sa isang side na equation and then the rest to the other side of the equation. So doing that, we can have here 2y going to the left side of the equation. And then since negative 4x ito, wala siyang variable y, let us put it on the right side of the equation. So if we're going to do that, we will have 3xy minus 2y is equal to 4x plus 1. Okay. So again, ang goal natin is to solve for y. As you can see here, sa left side ng ating equation, parehas sa term natin ay mayroong variable y. So pwede rin nating sabihin na ang common monomial factor ng left side ng ating equation ay y. So ilalabas natin si y. So y multiplied by, so we will have here 3x minus 2. Then again, copy the right side of the equation. Okay? And then, after that, solving for y again, we're going to divide both sides of the equation by this term 3x minus 2. 3x minus 2. And then we can cancel out 3x minus 2 here, leaving y is equal to 4x plus 1 all over 3x minus 2. So if we're going to write this as an inverse of the function f of x, we can say that f raised to negative 1 of x will be equal to 4x plus 1 all over 3x minus 2. This now will be the inverse of the given function f of x. Okay. Okay, so for our last example, let us have a quadratic function. So let's check if this one has an inverse. Okay, so first step, we're going to write this in the form y is equal to f of x, or in this case, you have g of x. So we're going to replace g of x with y. So y is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 2. After that, we're going to interchange x and y. So y variable will become x, And then x variables will become y. So we have 4y minus 2. Okay, so solving for y, we will have negative 2 to the left side of our equation. And that will give us x plus 2 is equal to y squared plus 4y. So after that, since we're solving for y, we're going to complete the square of this quadratic expression on the right side of our equation. So to do that, we're going to check the numerical coefficient of the middle term, which is yung kasama ng ating variable y in this case. So to get the third term, we will have n over 2 squared. So since the value of n in our given is 4, we will have 4 divided by 2 squared, and that will give us 4. So this will be the value that will be added to both sides of our equation. Sabi nga natin for an equation, whatever you do on the left side, you're going to do the same on the right side. So we will add 4 here and also add 4 on the left side. So simplifying this further, we will have x plus 2 plus 4 will give us 6. And then, factoring out the right side of our equation, since na-complete na natin yung square, we can write this as y plus 2 and then squared. Okay. So, solving this further, for us to eliminate our exponent, we can get the square root of both sides. So, we can have 2 canceled here because of that square root symbol. Okay. So, we will have here, take note that if we're going to get the square root of a given number or a given expression, it corresponds to 2 values, the positive and the negative values. So, we will have positive, negative, x plus 6 will be equal to y plus 2. Okay, so konti na lang. So, we need to have only y variable on one side of the equation. So, we can have positive 2 here going to the left side of our equation. So, solving this further, we will have positive, negative, square root of x plus 6 minus 2 is equal to y. Or we can say that y is equal to positive, negative square root of x plus 6 minus 2. So, what have you observed with this one? So, mapapansin natin that for our answer here, we have the positive, negative sign. Ibig sabihin, for this function, there corresponds 2 values. One is positive and then the other one is negative if we're going to evaluate this one. So, this indicates that the given function, g of x, which is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 2, is not a one-to-one function. Therefore, it does not have an inverse. Okay? So, that ends our discussion. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again in our next video. Goodbye!